Hey y'all, Shelly with Bossy Chick Designs. Someone asked me how I did my little beach look to my reel. So I don't have any more of the seashell acrylic, so I'm going to do them on a turtle. So I have Crystalac adhesive for the glue that I'm going to use, or you could even use your Mod Podge. I have 3 different glitters here. I have Crescent City Junior, which actually all 3 of these were from Mr. Nola's glitter. But this is the one that I use because it kind of looks like the sand. This one was one that was a freebie. It's kind of got like a sea foamy green with some blue mixed in it. And then this other one is Break Tag Junior, which I'm going to ombre on there with the goldish color, the sea foamy color, and then the blue there. Just get your little backing off. Move my glitters out the way before I dump them, because that would be my luck. And let me clear this off again because I've got glitter mixed up on it. So you can use whatever brush you prefer. So you can either put it in a cup. I've just kind of been putting my glitter squeeze in it since it's in a little squeeze bottle right on top. Spread it out. So I find that the Crystalac glitter glue actually stays wet a bit longer than Mod Podge, so I have a little bit of better working time with it. And then just smooth it out. And then I guess I'm going to go this way up. So I'll get a really good coat on it at the bottom. And then sprinkle some off. And then you decide however high up that you want your ombre to go. And then I angle it. And then I'll kind of just tap to where it just drizzles some on there. So that's that one. Tap it off real good. I'm going to put this one off to the side just because I have a tight workspace, and I'm going to put my glitter back into its container. I'm going to brush it off. You have to move a little quick. Same thing, sprinkle. And like if you want it on his little arms. Tap, tap, tap. Then your third color. And then I always do 2 layers to get a good coating of glitter onto anything. And I actually have a couple of them that are in the different stages. I can work a little bit quicker with the video. So that's what you get there. So it kind of ombres. All right, clear my glitter. And then I'm going to get my next one ready. And I get as much of the glitter off as I can. So this is one that has a single coat of glitter on it that's dried and ready. Put my glue on. And then I do tend to put a little bit thicker of a coating on this one. Just kind of try to smooth it out. And then I always tend to start with my lightest colors first, and then work into the darker colors. And I still tend to ombre it. So that's the goldish color. And then I'll go in with the colored mix, the teal and the blue mix. Now most of your ombre is done on the first one. This is just giving it a second coat on the back to make sure all your colors have good coverage. So then this is going to be the blue. Put a little more glue right there. It's a little dry. Tap off your excess. And then there you go. So that's the second coat on this one. So I'm going to put this one off to the side to dry. And I do have one that's ready for resin. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So currently I use Mr. Resin, UV resin, which I like. I haven't had any problems with it. So you just put your resin around. Then use whatever tool you prefer to spread it. And then I'll do the water look on the front of it. So get to your edges. Now, I know some people said that their resin pulls away from the edges. Lots of times, from what I understand, it is the lamp might be too hot, curing too quick. I haven't ever really had a problem with that. And then I always hit mine with a lighter. Pop as many bubbles as I can. Then I'll kind of get eye level with it and try to make sure that I didn't miss any spots. All right, so I'm gonna cure it and then I will be right back. I generally hit mine 90 seconds, so I'll be right back once it's done. So once it's done curing, if you have any spillover, you can use an X-Acto knife to clean it up. I'll generally try to clean the edges too. Sometimes I do it before I decal it. Other times I'll do it after I finish it. But I tend to slip sometimes with my X-Acto blade, so I tend to like it being done before I put my decal and my last coat of resin on it. Then I'll take a brush, clean off the extra glitter, and then I will use painter's tape on the back of it. And press it down to try to protect the back from any spillover. So that's the front of it before I put the water on it. So I actually didn't do the whole thing when I did mine, because I'm going to put my coat of white here and I'm going to blow it into it. So I'm going to put some resin in a little cup here. And I'm going to add some pigment to it. This is just a white pigment. I think it came from Let's Resin. So I'll put a couple drops in it. Don't go too overboard with it because it won't dry. It'll still be tacky because you're adding a pigment to it. And mix it up. And then I will spread this out. Now this does take a little bit more resin the way that I did it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's another way to do it. But I didn't do a full resin coat. I just did it kind of where I wanted the water behind it. And then I'll go over it again. All right, I'm going to hit that with my lighter. And then you can do however many coats you want with the white. And then if you want it darker, you can add a little more to it. Yeah, so I'm going to go a little bit darker with mine. And then you can add your little waves where you want. And then I just took a straw. I mean, you can use a heat gun, but I just used a straw. And then if you don't like it, you can pull it off and redo it. So I don't like all this here. So we're gonna So put your waves wherever you want, and I'm gonna go cure this. So I'll be back. So you'll probably get some spillover. I'll tend to hit mine with the lamp for like a little bit, and then I'll try to clean it up before it fully cures. And it just makes it a little bit easier to clean it up. And then I'll finish curing it the whole time after. Because I'm going to put a decal on it, and I'll end up putting another coat of resin on it anyway, because I still have this area that didn't have any resin on it. And I generally wear gloves, but I'm trying to be quick. I'm not quite as quick. All right, so I cleaned it off, and I'm gonna pop it. And even though I had spillover, it didn't really get on the back because I had the painter's tape protecting the back. So I'm gonna go finish curing it, and I'll be right back. All right, so I cured it, but I don't have any resin along this part for my decal. So I'm gonna come put some resin here. And you can put painter's tape back on and protect it again. I didn't. Shame on me. I usually keep it. All right, so I'm going to go cure this, and then I will put my decal on it. I'll be back. All right, so this is the design that I ended up doing. It's from Zindi with the acrylic. So I did an inlay on it, and then I left the outer part of the shell as solid. So I kind of took from another. I duplicated the designs. Like if somebody wants to know how to do it or see how to do it, I can always show you how I did mine. But I kind of took two duplicated and kind of took pieces and parts and rebuilt it to where I have an outline, but the shell's solid since I don't want to cover up my pretty little design here. And just burnish it down. Sometimes because the lines are so thin, you really have to burnish and be careful pulling it up, because these are fairly thin lines. So be careful pulling your design up that you don't pull pieces off as you go. Oop, that little piece still had paper on it. All right, so that's all those little pieces. So now I'm gonna come put another coat of resin on top of it. So I'm gonna put my painter's tape back on it. And you can put as much water or as little as you like. This is actually my first time doing it on a turtle. The seashells were the first time I ever did it at all. I've done it on ink pens and stuff, but never on an acrylic. Until these. I generally have more lights on to be able to see, but since I'm filming, I was not able to put my lights on above. Alright, looks like I got it all. Alright. So heat it to pop any bubbles. Oops, I missed a spot. Alright, so I'll be back once it's cured. Alright, so that's the finished little design. My focus isn't so great here, but it's got the little water. So I hope that helps anybody that was looking into how to do this. So I hope y'all enjoy the video.